Good morning, everybody. Okay, so um, this is going to be another thing regarding Rev today. I did another video about Rev and Shanny earlier, but Rev has done something now that I would absolutely 100% love to take a look at. Let's see. Revelation News TV, number 19, Epstein, We Demand to Know, part one. Okay. Okay, yeah, we demand to know. All right, let's see what this was about. Dear. Why? Skip ahead. All right, here we go.
I got news for you folks. If the Trump White House thinks that the Epstein debacle is going anywhere, they're extremely wrong. You know why?
Of course it's not going to go anywhere because he's dead. What are you doing?
It's not a partisan situation. It's not partisan. Both sides want to know what the deal is. Thanks to the great creators of the music from the amazing game in the arcade, Killer Instinct 2.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
The Trump administration.
Oh, the amazing game in the arcade, showing instinct to the. Yeah, to that administration that we have once again, unfortunately.
Is big time fucking the pooch on this.
Oh yes.
And I'm for one, I'm extremely glad that that's the case. You want to know why?
Why?
Because this is the most overstepped its bounds, blatant abuse of power administration that has ever existed in the history of this country. It is a blatant, we are doing what we want as the elite, and we don't give a shit if you like it or not.
Yes.
We are your gods, and we tell you, we dictate to you what reality is. And if you don't like that reality, then you're not American. Especially if you're disagreeing with the fact that we need to de-brownify and de-blackify this country. If you disagree with that, you're not an American.
Correct.
You have to realize your masters. And that is billionaires. Mm-hmm. Your masters are bankers and billionaires, and trillionaires are out there too, but they're not like on official books. I don't think. According to what's official, the richest man in the world is Elon Musk. I don't believe that. Do you know the wealth that the Vatican has? Do you know the wealth that the royal family has? The Windsors.
Oh yes.
Do you know what kind of money they have?
What kind of money do they got?
They lie to us about everything.
Yeah. Wait. You are you? If you're going to go down the list, you might as well go ahead and include Rockefeller too. Anybody remember Rockefeller? Rockefeller, when he was alive, he was another one that was declared one of the richest men in the entire world.
We're doing this Epstein shit, but I think for tonight, I'm just going to focus on this insanity, this absolute crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
The Young Turks are on it. You know, Midas Touch is on it.
Yes.
There's so much, folks. I just listen to Jack Crooner, who's Michael Jackson. This is Michael Jackson, by the way. That's MJ.
Yup.
I love Jack Crooner. I'm a fan. But, I mean, this is unbelievable. There's so much bullshit. There's so much bullshit that it's hard to even understand how shit like this can happen.
Uh-huh.
Major update, Brian Tyler Cohen again. He's always great.
You're watching the Legal Breakdown. Glenn, there is a major deadline that's occurring today, and today is the day that Pam Bondi's Justice Department can either respond or not to Ghislaine Maxwell's Supreme Court appeal. They previously extended the deadline twice.
Yeah, let's take a look at that, shall we? Okay, Ghislaine Maxwell, yes, Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell is, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell is, okay. A woman who, assisted, okay, Jeffrey Epstein, I guess some people consider her to be, Jeffrey Epstein's mistress in a way. Ghislaine Maxwell is the lady who, assisted Jeffrey Epstein, with his, child sex trafficking stuff. Ghislaine Noel Marion Maxwell, born 25 December 1961, is a British-French-American former socialite and convicted sex offender. She was found guilty of child sex trafficking and other offenses in connection with the deceased financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in 2021. In 2022, she was sentenced in federal court in New York City to 20 years imprisonment. Yeah, and she is, here we go, conviction, sex trafficking of a minor, transporting a minor with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, conspiracy, 3 counts, criminal penalty, 20 years in federal prison. Accomplices, Jeffrey Epstein, late 1980s and 1990s, organization Terramar Project. Okay, born in France. Okay, I'm not going to read her whole entire biography because who gives a fuck. But basically, yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell helped Jeffrey Epstein with doing what it is that he did before he offed himself.
And so, can you give a little insight into what that means and what the implications might be for Pam Bondi and the DOJ?
Ghislaine Maxwell needs to be released immediately. According to the FBI, there were no crimes done.
Yeah, no, she does not need to be released. Oh, no. Let her stay in jail.
So why is Ghislaine Maxwell spending time in jail of a
and who gives a flying fuck about anything that the FBI has to say in regards to that? The FBI are liars when it comes to that because she was convicted of all of it, right? She was convicted of all of it. She was convicted. She was literally convicted of all of it. She was convicted of sex trafficking of a minor and other stuff. 3 counts. 3 counts. They didn't convict her for no reason.
Conspiracy that didn't exist. Now we all know that a conspiracy exists with Epstein, that some very powerful people regulated his fucking Lolita Express. And that there absolutely is something to this. And now you've used this for a campaign thing for years. We got this information. We want to get the goddamn PDF files out and just get rid of them. all lies. It was all bullshit to get a vote. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, Brian, procedurally, lots and lots of defendants who are convicted at trial, who have their convictions affirmed on appeal, a lot of them will try to get the Supreme Court to accept their case for review, but it's the tiniest fraction of cases that the Supreme Court actually accepts for review. Usually when there's some big constitutional issue involved, or when there's a dispute between the different federal circuits, like a circuit court of appeals in one federal circuit decided an issue differently than a court of appeals in another federal circuit. So there's now a conflict that has to be addressed by the Supreme Court, but it's a very tiny fraction of the cases. Well,
I really enjoy listening to Cohen's show when he has Kirshner on.
Oh, yes.
Because he's an extremely brilliant legal mind. He's
Yes,
always
he
thinking
is.
10 steps ahead of what's going to happen, and he's very brilliant guy.
And can I just also say that, and I'd like to say this. I mean, I'm not trying to deliberately be a dick here when I say this, but why is there a thing that and this is, I don't think it's the current logo for Cartoon Network, but it's a ripoff of one of Cartoon Network's logos. It says Man Baby Network. Why did you do that, Rev? Do you want to be known as a man baby?
I highly encourage you to subscribe to Brian Tyler Cohen. If you can tolerate, he's Democrat, but a lot of these people that are on the Democrat side are progressives. Just like on InfoWars, a lot of the conservative audience, they're actually libertarians. Okay? I don't call myself a libertarian anymore because of all the bullshit that they're trying to pass. That's really perverse.
Uh-huh.
Like they want to lower the age. They want the age of consent at like 15 or something.
Uh-huh.
That's a weird issue to want to be pursuing. So I would not.
Oh, no, it's not just a weird issue. It's not just a weird issue. It's a massive issue. What are you talking about? No sane, normal person. And let me tell you, since I, way back when, okay, covered, let's see, covered, what the heck was his name, right? Stephen Shepard, right? Stephen Shepard is, most prominently known for being, Eugenia Cooney's stalker, right? I, of course, got the crowd that, thinks that doing things with children should be legal coming after me. Not just because of me covering Stephen Shepard, but also because of the videos that I did on Nathan Larson a really long time ago. Nathan Larson was a politician from, I think it was, what was it, Virginia, if I remember right, who is dead because when he was arrested, he died of malnourishment.
Say I'm part of the Libertarian Party now, for sure.
And he was mainly running for, let me see, wait a minute. I think it was in Virginia, if I remember correctly. He was running for, he was running for Congress. Let's see. Yep, he was from Charlottesville. Yep, he was a quasi-neo-reactionary libertarian. And he got expelled from the Libertarian Party of Virginia in 2017. Yep, and he advocated for curtailing women's rights and decriminalizing child sexual abuse and incest. So yeah, he wanted to make having sex with kids legal. And also having, incest. Anybody who doesn't know what incest is when you want to have sex with members of your own family. That's what incest is.
But Kirshner is a very smart dude.
Ghislaine Maxwell, who was convicted of multiple counts and is serving 20 years for her complicity in Jeffrey Epstein's.
I mean, it's kind of one and the same thing. Would you want to have sex with members of your own family or having sex with members of your own family? That is the textbook definition of incest right there.
Conspiracy and sex trafficking of young girls. She's trying to get the Supreme Court to accept her case for review. Interestingly, as you've said, the Department of Justice has twice said, you know what, Judge? We need more time to respond to Maxwell's request to have the Supreme Court accept her case. Now, that could be something or it could be nothing. If it's nothing, it's just because, so many of these petitions come in and they can be pretty burdensome to respond to. So maybe they just need more time. Maybe they are down staffing, given not only the brain drain, but the ethics drain that's like fleeing the Department of Justice rather than work under Donald Trump and Pam Bondi. That may account for it. But maybe the Department of Justice under Donald Trump and Pam Bondi are wrestling with what to do with Ghislaine Maxwell's case. Why might they be wrestling with that? Well, Jeffrey Epstein is all the rage in the news right now, isn't he? Because, after promising over and over and over again to disclose all of the Epstein files, including Pam Bondi on TV, when asked, are you going to disclose the Epstein client list? She said, it's on my desk right now. The inference being disclosures are coming. And then, of course, she did a 180 and recently said, there's nothing there, nothing to.
Yeah, what the fuck does Pam Bondi, Spam Blondie, fucking Scam Bondi, what the fuck does she know about justice?
Yeah,
that a lot of these people that Trump is
a lot of these people that he's doing what with now?
Buddy with and has put in positions of legal power were actually people involved with helping Epstein not pay for his crimes?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yes, I know that.
Epstein was up on some kind of child prostitution or something, and they let him go real easy. This guy was super connected, Epstein. He's one of the investment bankers that was willing to engage in fraud and all kinds of shit, offshore bank accounts, hiding money, everything you could imagine that's like not kosher finance. This guy that's how he came to prominence. Oh, give some of your money to Jeff. He knows how to play the market. He'll make you $50 million in 6 months. Back in the 90s, right? Jeff's a genius with finance.
Back in the 90s.
He was a fucking scammer that knew how to play markets and basically just gypped the system out of money. And then he became this finance guy. Nobody discusses that about what Epstein was. That's what he was. He was a financial instruments guy.
Yeah.
Okay, with a side of child sex trafficking. Unbelievable, disgusting shit. And your leadership has been involved with this. The CIA runs kids. Did you know that the CIA has a child sex trafficking ring that they run? Alex Jones would have talked about this back in the day. He won't now, probably.
Oh, no, he probably still would. Probably still would. No, he was very, very, very big on the whole entire mess with the, the conspiracy theories regarding the whole, the Sandy Hook massacre, right? For anybody that don't remember that, the Sandy Hook school shooting, right, was an event that took place in 2012, on December 14th, 2012, Mass shooting occurred at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. And Adam Lanza was the one that was behind all of that. He killed 26 people. The victims were 20 children between 6 and 7 years old and 6 adult staff members. So not only did he kill children, but he also killed the people that were working at the school at the time. And when the police got there, you know what he did? Shot himself in the head. All right, let's continue with Rev.
Can we talk about the children, Alex? Hey, Alex, look at, you see on my video here in the corner to the left, lower left, that purple logo. Hashtag where are the children? Nobody talks about the children. No one. Because you're fucking cowards. There's kids in cages right now doing unspeakable shit. They're having unspeakable things done to them right now. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Something.
Disclose. Well, you know what? You believe that. I've got a bridge I'd like to sell you in New York. I'll throw in a couple of tunnels free of charge. Mm-hmm. So we don't know exactly what's driving the train at the moment with respect to DOJ saying, we need more time. We need more time. We need more time to respond to Maxwell's request to have the Supreme Court.
No. Wait. We're going to find evidence that has no names attached to it, but there's evidence that Ghislaine Maxwell was engaged in trafficking, but it didn't have stuff to do with Jeffrey or any client list. We're going to keep her fucking ass in jail and shut her mouth. This is fucking crazy. It's worse than Watergate. It's on the level of a cover-up of like JFK. This story is huge, and no one's going to let it go. Do you get that, Trump, you sack of fucking shit? You have videos and photos of you with girls that are probably 14, and they have their tits out, and they're on your lap.
Yeah. You know what? I will get back to Rev in a minute, but here's something very interesting. A long time ago, right, and Trump was big on this. Tucker Carlson, right, made some comments about, because Trump, way before he became president, he was, I think, I don't know if he was close with the people who ran these pageants or if he ran these pageants himself. I'm assuming he ran these pageants himself. But the Miss Teen USA pageants, right? Tucker Carlson made some comments about, wanting to have sex with the ladies that participated in these pageants. And, who else did that? Well, he didn't explicitly say, I want to have sex with these ladies, but kind of implied it. Trump. Hang on. Now this impact. Yeah, here's some of what they
How
talked about.
How about the Miss Teen USA, Miss Teen South Carolina?
I gotta be honest. I mean, I thought she was kind of appealing.
I thought she was hot. You're a real fucking sicko.
Yeah, here we go. Yep, hang on. Carlson, Tucker Carlson mocked a beauty queen, and she ended up, she wanted to kill herself.
To be honest, I mean, I thought she was kind of appealing.
I thought she was hot. You're a real fucking sicko. South Carolina, it's probably 16 in South Carolina.
She'd probably be a pretty good wife.
Now, somebody said she may be 18 now.
Oh, yeah, she definitely looks 18.
Yeah,
Don't you think, I mean, if you had a wife that dumb, would it be good or bad?
Good.
Good.
Did you hear the audio of her answer?
Did I hear it? Well, we gave it prominent play in the show yesterday. that like made my day. Now, Mario, who was hosting it, whom I know is a pretty good guy, what do you think the odds are that he tied into that after the show?
I'd say 85%.
I would say at least 90.
Now, hold on. Let me ask you a question. How old's Mario? He was on Saved by the Bell.
Mario
He's got to be like 38
now.
Now,
I think 3 years younger than I am, so
what's
35.
What's up? You're saying now that maybe Mario might have plowed that?
Oh, how
Oh my God! Of course, are you kidding?
how tough would it be? All you gotta do is, hey, I have a map of the United States on my penis. Would you like to check it out?
Exactly.
Wow.
She's so dumb. She's vulnerable. She's like a wounded gazelle.
She's
separated from the herd.
So she's ripe for the take. You think Mario may have plowed that?
Oh my God! Are you kidding? Yes.
Oh,
She was 17. Couldn't that be a problem? Couldn't that be a problem legally if Mario f***ed it?
No.
No.
Are you kidding?
There's some weird.
He's like James Brown. He gets a pass.
Wow, Mario.
You know, the
Boy,
normal laws
Tucker
that
is
kind of
dark,
things don't
man.
apply to him.
Tucker is dark.
yeah, very dark. Yep, here we go. Yeah, here's the part about Trump. Yep, Donald Trump owned the Miss Teen USA pageant at the time. And yeah, he also, I don't think he explicitly said, "Oh, I want to have sex with these girls," but he made the comments implying it, and also made lewd radio comments bragging to Howard Stern about how he
The
treated
funniest
Miss
is that I'll go
Universe
backstage
contestants.
before a show, and I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he owned these pageants.
You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything
doctor
is good.
if you're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clue. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women.
You jerked off to her.
I didn't, actually.
Would you?
I don't know. I actually was thinking about her more in a platonic way. Like, what would she like to have dinner with?
You were thinking about cramming that. You were thinking about cramming her dinner.
Oh,
I was thinking about tapping my foot next to her stall. Anal. That is so fantastic.
Okay, yes. And now here's this. Media Matters uncovered a series of racist and sexist statements by Carlson. Fire Tucker Carlson has
Just 2
been
points to
trending.
leave you with. First, Fox News is behind us, as they have
Of course,
been
it ain't trending no more because this was 6 years ago.
since the very first day. Toughness is a rare quality of the TV network, and we are grateful for that. Second, we've always apologized when we're wrong, and we'll continue to do that. That's what decent people do. They apologize. But we will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
All right, so that's it. Let's get back to Rev now. Wait a minute. Okay.
Lap. And they showed a shot of his pants, and he's got jizz
Showed us shot of what?
on his pants because he came.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the Lonely Island song, Jizz in My Pants.
That's all it takes. You gotta,
Or another one of the ones that they did with Justin Timberlake, My Dick in a Box.
some hot number, and he sits on the lap. That's it. He just jizzes. See? Got no length, got no girth, and he comes immediately. That's true. What a bitch. But this is disgusting.
Got no length, got no girth, got no length, got no girth, got no brain.
Do you understand that your president likes to have like 14 or 13-year-old girls on his lap that are topless?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, that's a good president.
Yeah.
Take a third look at her case, but we should.
Yeah, it's another one of the reasons why he was voted one of the worst presidents we've ever had.
Today, because as you said, today is the deadline. They've had 2 delays granted by the court thus.
The only reason he was elected again is because nobody wants a female president. Nobody wants a woman as president. Yeah.
far, and today is the deadline.
It's not just because of all of the things that Kamala Harris stands for, okay? It's not just because of that. It's because of the fact that they're never going to change it to where a woman can actually become the president, okay? It's never going to happen. It's always going to be a man becomes president. That's just it. And it don't matter if another woman runs for president, aside from Kamala Harris. It's always going to be a man being president. That's it, and that's all.
Shut up or shut up.
That's it.
Is there an increased incentive for the DOJ to cooperate with Ghislaine Maxwell? Because at this point, if she's coming out and saying that she would love to talk to Congress, or that she's the only person left alive with all of the information that everybody seems to be seeking right now, she can either, talk to members of Congress who may very well sink this administration, or the flip side of that is the administration might have an increased incentive to work with her or to give her something, because she's the only person with all of this information that could come out and sink them. And the other option is she can disappear in very much the same way that Jeffrey Epstein himself disappeared.
Yeah.
But I think 2 deaths in prison from people connected to the same case would probably be the only thing that would be even worse for this administration.
Yeah,
there's so much to unpack there, Brian. Let me start by talking about how things...
I'm sure they love to kill her right now if they could just get away with it quick. She's an older woman, kind of. She just had a stroke in herself. Totally. There was a lot of stress lately with Ghislaine was going through a lot of stress, and it just happened. She keeled over in her cell. It was too much pressure. What's going on? Yeah, right. They better not pull that shit. Everybody will be up in arms.
Yes.
Would proceed if we were living in normal times rather than the legal upside down. One of the things I did in my 30 years as a federal prosecutor is I worked with a ton of cooperating witnesses. That's a term of art for somebody who is engaged in criminal conduct themselves, but then they decide, you know what, my best shot at sort of getting out of this with as little jail time as possible is to cooperate with the federal prosecutors and the FBI. About
cooperate with the prosecutors, cooperate with the FBI, cooperate with everybody.
And that's what I think happened in the Diddy trial. I think that's what happened with what's her name?
No. What happened in the Diddy trial? Okay, what happened in the Diddy trial is Diddy. Okay, Diddy. Okay, not only committed transportation to engage in prostitution, 2 counts. But yeah, Diddy was in a long-term relationship from 2007 up until 2018 with Cassie, and video evidence came out of him basically physically assaulting her. And what did he do? He released a half-assed apology video, and then
what's her name? KK, Christina Karam. I think that's what happened with her. She made a deal with the feds to basically just be a name that's mentioned in the case, but she didn't have to testify or nothing else. And they might prosecute her independently, KK, because her shit. I mean, if you're going to charge someone, it's her. Because, Diddy should have been charged.
Oh, yes, he
with
should have
certain
been.
Things having to do with, trafficking and drugs and stuff. I think that was appropriate.
No. What are you doing, Rev? No, you're wrong. Okay, no, because of what Diddy should have been charged with, what he did to Cassie also, and he wasn't, to my knowledge. I don't think. He was just charged with transportation to, the stuff with the prostitutes.
He was the one setting it up. But if you're going to charge him, you got to charge KK, because she was the one in the background making it all happen. She was his chief of staff.
Uh-huh.
It's the same thing here. But this list, I heard yesterday from my friend Jeff that I get cigarettes from sometime, and I give him meals. He's skinny. He got real skinny, and he's vomiting, and he's, pray for him. He's a great man. Worked for military intelligence, and I might be doing an interview with him soon.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
King Charles's name is on
I'd like to let you know that I will be going over that when you do.
list. Did you know that? King Charles's name is on the list, and Emmanuel Macron.
What the fuck does King Charles have to do with any of this?
So there's two major European leaders, France and Britain, that would go down from this.
They don't have anything to do with any of this. This is about Jeffrey Epstein, is it not?
I think Trumpy knows that his name's on it.
Trump knows that his name is on a lot of shit. Does he care? No.
He had 14, 13-year-old girls grinding on his lap, topless, and he jizzed in his pants, and there's photographic evidence of it.
Yeah. So what? You think any repercussions are going to come his way because of that? No.
Okay. He's protecting himself and various other...
He also, made the infamous comments, I took her out furniture shopping. I said I told her I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married.
Kings of the earth.
Know about the crimes of other people, testify against those other people in the grand jury and at trial, and that will reduce my criminal exposure. It will reduce, most likely, my sentence. That's the way things work in a normal world, in normal times. But as you say,
you know what the meaning of the goddamn fucking story is? Trump's a goddamn coward. That you want to know the whole story of what it leads to, this whole thing. That phrase that they came up with for Trump, taco, he's a bitch.
Oh, yes.
He's a liar. He uses your vote. He uses you, MAGA. He uses you, and he fucking thinks you're dog shit.
Would mean Maxwell would have to give up incriminating information about, for example, all of Jeffrey Epstein's clients, everybody on that client list. And I've never seen the list, so I can't say who is or is not on that list.
You haven't seen the list?
But here's the question I'll pose.
No, of course you haven't. Of course you can't say, not only can you not say who is or is not on the list, you can't say shit about the list, period, if you haven't seen it. Why are you even talking about it?
To our viewers, Brian, do you think the Department of Justice wants Maxwell, who had sort of, a ringside seat and was a participant in Jeffrey Epstein's crimes, to begin telling truthfully about all of the folks that were clients of Epstein's that were on the client list? Well, if DOJ wanted to expose that, I think Pam Bondi would not have done the 180 she did, and she would have revealed for all of us to see the Epstein client list. So it feels to me, now, this is sort of a hypothetical because we don't know what's in the Epstein files, who's on the client's list. We don't know what DOJ may have been talking to Maxwell and her lawyers about. We have no idea. We are completely in the dark. But it wouldn't surprise me if DOJ is maneuvering in any way it can to try to make sure whatever Maxwell knows never comes to light. How might that be accomplished?
Oh my God, I mean, of course. They already sealed the motherfucking court documents from Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. They sealed them. Of course. Of course. You cannot know how bad this is. We already know how bad it is.
Oh, yes, we do.
And
Oh.
the fact of the matter is
Let me
that
pause it. All right, I'll be back, but I'll let it play.
Extremely fucking pissed as a movement that wanted to rebel against this stuff and say we're not going to have fucking pedophiles in the government. Release the goddamn files and all the names. And whoever is on those lists and it's proven that they were involved with hurting children, they're fucking out. They're done in one way or another. It doesn't matter if you want to put them in jail for life, do that. Put them in alligator Alcatraz. How about that? Torture them. Keep them all up all night with fucking Slipknot music.
Okay, I'm back. Keep them up all night with Slipknot music. Keep who up all night with Slipknot music?
And repeat every night when they're trying to sleep, psychosocial, at the highest volume possible.
Yeah.
Get these fucking sacks of shit that were on that list out of government all over the world.
Yes.
You're out.
Yup.
Well, for example, the Department of Justice could say, you know what? We've taken a look at the brief that Maxwell filed trying to convince the Supreme Court to take her case, and we have assessed that, we don't think she got a fair trial, so we're going to file a motion to dismiss her case post-verdict, even though she was convicted by a jury, sentenced by the...
You're going to... What the fuck? Let's take this opportunity to be even more lawless. You're going to ex post facto her conviction, just throw the case out? No, we can't do it the right way because too much information is going to come out. So we're just going to overturn her fucking thing and she's out.
Yeah.
Trial court judge.
Overturn
and her conviction was affirmed.
Overturn it. Overturn it.
By the Court of Appeals. Now, would that be unusual? Oh, hell yes, it would be unusual. It would feel like they're trying to cover something up and undo her guilty verdict that a jury had entered and an appeals court had affirmed. But they're the Department of Justice. If that's what they choose to do under Trump and Bondi, they can certainly do it. Of course, we have to talk about the P word. And when I'm talking about Donald Trump, that may conjure up a certain word. But I mean pardons, right? Donald Trump could always say, you know what? I have assessed her trial. I think it was a witch hunt. I don't think she was treated fairly. I'm pardoning Ms. Maxwell. Well, what would that...
Wow, how about that? He would do that for her, but But in 2019, when Alex Jones was fucking sued out of his asshole for something that was bullshit, Trump just went by. Who's Alex Jones? I don't know him.
Yeah.
Did nothing for you, Alex, and you're still ball-washing this cocksucking Hitler.
Yup.
It's disgusting, Alex. You need to turn against the goddamn administration that's a bunch of lying neocon fucks.
Exactly.
You remember the neocons, Alex. You fight them tooth and nail. You fight this now. This is fascism.
Oh, yes.
Hitler.
Dude, that would certainly curry favor with Maxwell and perhaps keep her quiet about, for example, who's on the Epstein client list. So all of these things are possibilities, but we're talking in hypotheticals here.
Right.
We don't know what is motivating the Department of Justice. We don't know if they want to keep everything under wraps, or maybe they're not worried about Maxwell either having her case accepted for review by the Supreme Court, and so Epstein is back in the news for as long as that case is now pending before the Supreme Court, and we ultimately get a Supreme Court rule.
Epstein should be in the fucking news every day until we get that file that fucking Bongina said that he had and said, look, I read the file. Epstein definitely offed himself.
Oh, yes.
Redact the fucking names and put the file out for the media and everybody else to look at. Are you a fucking man, Dan? You act real tough, right? Look at my goddamn biceps. You're a pussy.
Yeah.
You're a bitch. Unilaterally say it, Dan, if your heart's right. we're releasing the fucking file today.
Yeah.
Go through it with the goddamn Adobe Reader and redact all the names. And we'll deal with the client list later. Release the file on Epstein today. All of it. FBI.
Yup.
Or a Supreme Court decision
Release
that we're
that
not
file.
accepting the case
Release the
for
files.
review. You know, the possibilities are endless right now, but I do think we're going to know a lot more by close of business today when we see what position DOJ takes regarding Maxwell's attempt to have the Supreme Court review the Epstein case, review her case of conviction. Well, you know, it wouldn't make any political sense for the DOJ to overtly intervene here, because if the DOJ says, you know, we're gonna vacate the conviction, you know, post trial, everyone's gonna be like, well, clearly there's a reason that they're doing that, and it's because they've struck up some deal with.
It's the test of how lawless can we be? Do you know that's what you're dealing with here?
Yup.
They are asking themselves, how lawless can we be, and then test the water to see if they get away with it. When the Supreme Court is sitting there with their fucking cocks in their hands, and they're covering their pussy holes. You guys are doing nothing to help this country in a time when there's a fascist fucking government.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there. Oh, Trump's God, Trump's God, Trump's God. The Supreme Court is all fucking traitors.
Yes, they are.
Her and want her to shut up. And so would it be possible for the DOJ to be working with her right now? I mean, they could have been working with her for the last week and basically saying, hey, here's what we're going to do. You've got, you know, you're going to spend the next 20 years in prison, but in a couple of years, we're going to, President Trump is going to pardon you, or the DOJ is going to vacate this thing. Just keep quiet now. You've got our word. Your lawyers are right here.
Shut
You've got
your
our
mouth.
Word. We'll make sure that you're out of prison.
Just shut your goddamn mouth, and you'll get out of jail, and you can disappear like Jeffrey did.
Yeah.
I really don't believe that Epstein is dead. I do believe that he's probably in South America somewhere, or in the Caribbean. And he's still doing his deeds. You guarantee it. He's addicted to victimizing young girls. Do you think he's just going to change?
Mm-hmm.
Within a couple of years, could they have been striking up that kind of deal so that they get to avoid the political nightmare that would be doing this stuff in broad daylight while everybody's attention is focused on Epstein, and all of this stuff runs red hot, but then also still get to benefit from her kind of keeping her mouth shut? Yeah, absolutely. One of the heartland reasons for the Department of Justice to tell a court, any court, we need more time. Can you please extend the deadline, in this case, for us to respond to Maxwell's request to the Supreme Court to take her case for review? One of the heartland reasons we do that, Brian, is because we're involved in discussions and negotiations with the defendant's legal team to see if we can reach some satisfactory resolution. So that could be what has accounted for the last two requests from DOJ that, we need more time. We need more time before we can respond to Ghislaine. In theory, she has all the information that could really sink the entire Republican administration right now. And so they have every incentive in the world to be going to her and saying, like, hey, let's engage in some quid pro quo here, because if not, I mean, if somebody is able to go and talk to this woman while she's in prison, and maybe you can highlight whether that's even possible, but if she's able to get some information out, she's in theory got all the information that could sink this administration, because clearly they have a vested interest in not letting any of this stuff go. To your exact point earlier, if they wanted it to get out in the public, Pam Bondi would have told something, but they're not. And so, in theory, Ghislaine Maxwell represents the biggest threat to this administration.
She would have, and she's not going to, because she doesn't care.
Yeah, and you have to believe there are enterprising investigative reporters and journalists who perhaps have been trying to get an interview with Maxwell. There are a couple of things that factor into whether they can successfully land an interview. One, obviously, is Maxwell and her legal team, if they're willing to grant somebody an interview. But the other is the Federal Bureau of Prisons can be very restrictive about the inmates and who the inmates can have contact with. They can, for example, put her on lockdown and make it all but impossible for folks from the outside to reach her for purposes of an interview. Now, I haven't read any reporting. I can't say I've done a deep dive.
I'm not listening to no more of that. I am not listening to no more of that. So that's it. Yeah, that's been another one from Rev. And I hope you guys have another great one. I will see you later. Bye.